Imagine two students with identical GPAs and resumes applying to law school. One applies with a 158, the other holds off, retakes, and applies with a 168. The scholarship gap? Nearly $200,000. It sounds unbelievable, but it's real, and it could happen to you if you rush into applying with a low LSAT. First, for those who don't know me, my name is Steve Schwartz. I've been teaching the LSAT since 2005, and over the years, I've helped thousands of students boost their LSAT scores by 10, 20, or even 30 points and secure their spots at top law schools. I've spent 20 years breaking down the LSAT to its core, so I know exactly what works and what doesn't when it comes to mastering this test and maximizing your results. But you've got to stop thinking that a great personal statement or extra rec letters will magically solve a low LSAT score. That's not how law schools allocate scholarships. They don't reward potential, they reward numbers. And every single LSAT point you're missing could mean walking away from thousands of dollars in scholarship offers. Now, here's why low LSAT scores cost you big time. Most applicants don't realize that schools protect their medians. They've got to keep LSAT medians high to maintain their rankings and their funding. If your score is too low and threatens that median, you're at a disadvantage no matter how compelling your story is. From the law school's perspective, scholarships are investments. They view them as deals to attract applicants with strong numbers. But if your LSAT's below the benchmark, they're probably going to give you nothing. And applying early can backfire if your LSAT score is not competitive. You might be locking yourself into lower offers if you get in at all. For this reason, it's better to apply later with a higher score than earlier with a lower score. Every LSAT point is worth real money. The usual rule of thumb is 1 point on the LSAT translates into roughly $8,000 in scholarship money. 5 points could be $40,000 in scholarships, and 10 points could be $80,000 in scholarships, and that's over the course of 3 years. So multiply each of those numbers by 3. That becomes 1 point is $24,000, 5 points could be $120,000, 10 points could be $240,000, meaning a full ride. You cannot ignore these numbers. And it gets even bigger when you consider long-term career earnings. If a stronger LSAT score gets you into a higher ranked law school, your earning potential could skyrocket. We're talking about an additional $65,000 or more per year in some cases. Now, I've seen countless applicants flip their outcomes just by waiting and retaking the LSAT. My student Sarah got a 157 initially, and she almost settled, but after an intense study reset, she retook the LSAT and got a 172. That difference translated to $165,000 more in scholarship money. For my student Michael, he had a 159 and he just wanted to go to a decent regional school, but after adding 8 points on a retake, he got into a T14 with a $145,000 scholarship. And for my student James, he jumped up from a 155 to a 170, an astronomical gain that earned him over $200,000 in combined scholarships and stipends. So if you think your dream school's out of reach, these stories prove otherwise, provided you're willing to put in the work and retake the LSAT. Now, if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, that is exactly why we offer personalized LSAT coaching. Working with a dedicated LSAT expert one-on-one means you get a blueprint that attacks your weak spots and accelerates your progress. This is not one size fits all, none of that nonsense. We're just giving you proven strategies tailored to your needs. We can show you exactly how to break plateaus, master tricky question types, and optimize your timeline. If you'd like direct, intensive help boosting up your LSAT score, you can check out the links below to book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out. Now let's dive deeper into the exact steps you need to take if you're serious about retaking the LSAT. First, you've got to diagnose your weak spots. Gather the data on your exact performance section by section. Then pinpoint the question types that cost you the most points. Finally, you want to eliminate the guesswork by categorizing your errors, whether it's misunderstanding the passage, flawed reasoning, or timing issues. Then you want to put together a laser-focused LSAT study plan, mapping out what to do day by day. Put aside taking random practice tests. Instead, engage in targeted drills, doubling down on reviewing your mistakes. Every single question you get wrong is a lesson you can learn, but you've got to figure out why you missed the question and how to fix it going forward. Then you're monitoring your progress on a weekly basis to ensure real improvement, not just that you're putting in more time. Then you schedule your retakes so that you're peaking in your performance, not just comfortable. You also, of course, want to factor in law school application deadlines. And remember, that applying with a higher LSAT score can more than outweigh the perceived benefit of applying super early. Now, then after securing that score and applying, you want to use your retake score to maximize your scholarship leverage. You can open negotiations with schools even if you've already applied to them. And of course, target schools where your new score significantly exceeds their median. And remember, it's not just about getting in, it's about getting in with significant scholarship money. Now, before I jump into some issues students face around retakes, I wanted to give you a free resource. I've put together a free, easy LSAT cheat sheet that summarizes my top methods for tackling the test efficiently. It's perfect if you want quick wins or maybe a refresher on proving tactics. You can grab it at the link below. It's completely free and just takes a few minutes to read through in its entirety. When you're juggling full practice tests, sometimes it's helpful to have a concise cheat sheet to keep your strategies sharp. Now let's clear the mental hurdles around retaking. You might be thinking, I don't want to delay law school another year. And yes, you might start a year later, but you could potentially save 6 figures in tuition and boost your entire career trajectory. That's not a delay, it's a smart investment. You also might be afraid that your score will drop, but the stats show that most retakers improve, especially when they address weaknesses properly. Even if the worst happens on test day, you can still cancel your score and law schools just won't care. You might also be worried that you're burnt out because studying is stressful, and that's where a structured, efficient plan matters. A targeted few months of quality prep can be more productive than an entire year of aimless studying. And remember, you can't afford to be casual about this. A single LSAT retake can literally change your financial future. If you want to stop leaving money on the table, grab a copy of my free easy LSAT cheat sheet now, linked below. And if you'd like personalized support, our LSAT coaching services are also there for you. You could book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out. And if you can boost that LSAT score, you'll land bigger scholarships and walk into law school with the confidence that you've maximized your potential. Don't settle for a score that could cost you $200,000 in scholarships. Anyway, folks, that's all for now. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.